Free, free! Palestine! Free, free!
Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free.
From the believe that there can be peace in Palestine. What does it look like? Children who have been bombed, who have been burnt, coming to hospitals, and they cannot give them anaesthetics. They cannot give.
And say something for the YouTube.
Yes. Palestine will be free from the sun to the sea and to the sky. As we are not shy, it will be done before we die.
Inshallah. Welcome everyone. Today we're going to be heading down to the Palestine protest to obviously help and go against our governments who is supporting Israel. I'm joined here with Jaffa. So it's near Riverside area, and obviously everybody's been seeing what's happening on
Car's working.
There's all sorts happening in Rochdale today. Alright. Now look at these lot.
Mom's enjoying the paper.
Alright, what's it called? Oh yeah, so everyone's been seeing on the news what's been happening with Palestine, but obviously you gotta watch out. I wouldn't recommend BBC. Massive fake news there. There's this one called, I think it's like obviously Palestine, Israel has everything. They've got tanks, attack helicopters, attack airplanes, attack everything, man. They got loads of army people. And what does Palestine have? Palestine has no water, no electricity. They're starving. They can't even support their own people. How can you call that terrorism? Doesn't make sense.
In this country, this great democracy we live in, we have one thing which is powerful, and that's our vote. Use it wisely. At the next election, use that vote wisely. You know, I'm in a union that we don't really tell you which way to vote for, but I'll tell you this, your vote is powerful. And this next general election next year, it's make or break for our political class. Do they take our vote for granted, or are we just going to be the blind followers that we've been for decades, voting for the same people who got no backbone, who can't even be bothered raising their voices, who can't stand up to the leadership of a political party, whether that's the Tories or the Labour Party or the Liberal Democrats, who are refusing to stand with the people of Palestine. Now's the chance. Now's the chance. Our politicians are elected to represent our interest. And you've seen across this country, Labour councillors and one Conservative councillor resign from their parties. I'm not going to say to our politicians resign, because if you all resign, there'll be nobody left in the parties to win. I get that. Where's your voice? Where is the voice of those politicians? There is, honestly, and I say this not just to politicians from the Labour Party, I say to the Conservative Party politicians, I say to the Liberal Democrats, where are you? Where's your backbone? Where's your backbone? That's all I'm going to say on the politicians. If you want to earn our vote, you have to speak for us. And if the political process is anything in democracies, it is that the politicians or aspiring politicians, I spent my lifetime around these people. They're opportunistic, they just want your vote, and then they bugger off. All of them. Yeah, it's time for some backbone. It's time for you, every single one of you. When they come knocking on your door, using your voice. Don't forget this moment. Don't forget those dead children in Gaza. Don't forget those children who went to sleep and not waking up in the morning. We see here the children. We're carrying our own daughters and our sons. Imagine waking up in the morning and your children are dead because of an Israeli strike. Raise your hand and promise me this. That when that general election comes, as I said, I'm not going to tell you who to vote for. When they come knocking your door, don't forget to raise Palestine. Don't forget to raise their silence. Don't forget to raise their complicity. Because these politicians are complicitly giving the green light to the genocide that we've seen happening in Gaza in these past 4 weeks. So if you are going to have some backbone, raise your hand with me and say, we promise to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we promise to from all these people, and when that time comes to the general election in the next 12 months, when the politicians from ours, we give them a taste of what we've been saying today. We hold them to account. All those who can hold the politicians to account, raise your hands now. I can't see your hands, I want to see everybody's hand up. Raise your hands. If you haven't voted, vote. If you're not registered to vote, vote. It's registered to vote. And when they come and ask you for your vote, ask them, what did you do for Palestine? What did you do for human rights? What did you do for Kashmir? What did you do for the suffering people around the world? And if they didn't do anything, then we pay them.
You want to say something for the YouTube?
Yeah.
You want to say something for the YouTube?
Yes. Palestine will be free from the sun to the sea and to the sky, as we are not shy. It will be done before we die.
Inshallah. Thank you.
You know, when I went to Gaza in 2013 and 14, and when I said to them, where they said to you, where are you from? And they said, Kashmir. And I said, I love you in India. And they said, no, Kashmir, where are you really from? And when I said Kashmir, they were like, wallahi, we love the Kashmiri people. Like us, been occupied for 75 years, the Kashmiris have been occupied. So until Palestine is free, until Kashmir is free, none of us are truly free. I want to give a very warm welcome to Samuel Ryan, who's from Unison here in Rochdale. Give a warm welcome. Free! 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 I'm from the local government branch. We represent council workers. And I know that's not always an easy relationship. People have stories and things that they're not happy with about council services. And it's council workers, we're not happy sometimes too. A big issue is that there's not enough money. There always seems to be money for war. Our union, we have 1.3 million members. We're one of the largest unions in the country. We represent, as I say, we represent council workers and people who work in health. Our union has called for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza. And we cannot understand why other politicians are not doing the same. But let me tell you that they will be getting a message loud and clear from Unison branches, that we want a clear message from politicians. If they want union money, they should represent the voices of the trade unions who want freedom for Palestine, who want an end to this war, who want a ceasefire now.
Excuse me. Want to buy some cakes, bro?
How much are they? 25. Full thing? Yeah, one. Yeah.
100% going.
Mashallah. Do you want your face in the vlog?
No. Also represents health workers, and health workers have problems. If you've tried to get health services at the moment, you'll have understood those problems. People may have been on waiting lists for a long time. There's a lot of stress, there's a lot of pressure. Some of you here may be health workers yourselves. Unison is proud to support health workers in the NHS, and there have been some appalling difficulties, some appalling treatment of NHS staff.
but it is as nothing. It is as nothing to what health workers in Gaza are going through right now. When you hear on the radio health workers, doctors telling stories about children who have been bombed, who have been burnt, coming to hospitals, and they cannot give them anaesthetics, they cannot give them painkillers because the Israelis won't allow those medicines through, it makes me sick to my stomach. We would not allow it in this country, and we should not, our government should not be condoning it. It is a war crime, it should not be happening in Gaza. I want to say as well, as other trade unions today have commented, you have a right to be here. Nobody should be able to tell you that you do not have a right to raise your voices for Palestine. This is not about hate, this is about love, this is about creating the conditions for peace. You've got a right to be here. People should not be, you can't go on a protest, or you can't say certain things on social media. We will defend you, and if you're not in a trade union, if you're not in a trade union workplace, we will still defend you. Approach us, we will come and we will help you, because people should be able to have a right, you have a human right to speak out and to protest, and protesting about Palestine and Gaza is no different. You have that right. I'm going to finish on this, and I believe, and it's difficult to see it now, with so many people dying by the hour, with so much hatred, with so much war, but I believe that there is a peaceful solution. I believe that there can be peace in Palestine. What does it look like? It looks like justice. It looks like social justice. If you want to get to peace, you have to have justice. You have to have justice for the Palestinians. So for Palestinians who are living in refugee camps in Jordan, in Lebanon, who have been exiled, who are having to live elsewhere in the Middle East or in Europe or in America, they have a right to return to Palestine. They all have the right to return. That is how you get social justice. People who live in Palestine now should have the freedom to travel wherever they want without somebody pointing a gun in their face. People who live in Gaza should be able to travel to Palestine. The two-state solution, I know there are some people who argue for it, but I do not believe that Netanyahu will ever give two states. It has to be one state where Jewish people, where Muslim people, where Christian people, where people who have no religion have equal rights, equal voting rights, equal rights to everything. At the moment, what you have is apartheid. Our Union Unison, we opposed apartheid in South Africa. We oppose the colonial apartheid of the Palestinian people. And that is why the slogan, from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free, is not about extermination. It is about people being able to live side by side in a state where they are equal. It's a slogan that the PLO had back in the 1970s and 80s and dropped it. It's not new. It is a claim for the whole of the historic area of Palestine to be restored to a democratic state where Palestinian people can finally be free. Free, free! Palestine! Free, free! Palestine! Free, free! Palestine! From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free.
Thank you for listening to me.
Thank you so much, Sam. And solidarity to all our trade union colleagues across the country who are out protesting day in, day out. I know the weather's about to turn, so we've just got two more speeches, and then inshallah we're going to have a minute silence, and then we're going to hear from Qibla Hafiz Amjad Ali Saab. He's going to say a few words and then do a final dua, a final prayer for Palestine. There is a Palestinian family from Gaza who live in Rochdale who are still stranded in Gaza. At the moment we just don't know where they are they able to get to the Rafah crossing. And so please pray for them. Pray for all the Palestinians who are suffering. And sometimes we forget what's happened in the West Bank. 144 people have been killed in the West Bank alone.
ये इंग्लैंड का एक शहर है, ग्रेटर मैनचेस्टर का एक छोटा सा कस्बा रॉचडेल करके इसको बोलते हैं। तो यहाँ की हुकूमत जो है ना वो इसराइल के साथ है, लेकिन यहाँ के जो रहने वाले मुसलमान हैं ना उनकी जितनी भी हमायत है ना वो फ़लस्तीनी बच्चों, वो फ़लस्तीन की औरतें, फ़लस्तीन के ज़ख्मी, फ़लस्तीन के बुज़ुर्ग सब उनके साथ हैं। तो ये मामलात जितने भी हैं ऑब्वियसली ये तो हुकूमतें ही कंट्रोल कर सकती हैं, लेकिन एक अपना जज्बात का इजहार तो बंदा कर सकता है, जितनी जितनी जिसके पास कैपेसिटी है उसमें वो काम कर सकता है, ताकि रोज़े मैशर सुरखरू हो सकें कि हमारी जितनी कैपेसिटी थी हमने उतना काम किया। तो रॉचडेल के लोगों ने कोशिश की है कि अपना प्रोटेस्ट रिकॉर्ड करवाएं और ये कहें कि हम मज़लूमों के साथ, ज़ालिमों के साथ नहीं हैं, वो कि हमारी हुकूमत, हमारे जितने भी अदारे हैं उनके साथ, इसराइल के साथ है, लेकिन यहाँ की जो अवाम है, इवन नॉन मुस्लिम भी जो है ना वो भी फ़लस्तीन के साथ हैं, मज़लूम के साथ हैं। तो जो भी आया है अल्लाह को जो है वो जज़ाए
in honor of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and then we're going to move on to our final speech from Jeddah, Allama Hafiz Amjad Ali Sahab, and then we're going to do a final dua, and then we're just going to have a 1 minute silence, and then the dua.
वो भी इंशाल्लाह सभी तैयार हुए।
अल्लाहुम्मा सल्ली अला सय्यिदिना व मौलाना मुहम्मदिन। अल्लाहुम्मा सल्ली अला सय्यिदिना व मौलाना मुहम्मदिन व अला आलिहि व सहबिहि व बारिक मुहम्मद सल्लल्लाहु ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह हस्बी रब्बी जल्लल्लाहु मा फी कल्बी गैरल्लाह नूर मुहम्मद सल्लल्लाहु ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह।
Yeah, and obviously our local media, very important, mashallah. Arif Saab is here to all the
Passionate, kind, gentle, affectionate heart. All of your hearts are alive with humanity. And humanity, when I come to that point, I'm going to refer to something which I read online, which is beautiful. I want to share this. And it says, to the people of Gaza, we see you too. We see your people of Gaza. You, the journalists, back on air after the wife and your children were obliterated. They were killed. You, the man who praised Allah.
इस प्रोग्राम की सबसे बड़ी खूबसूरती ये थी कि न्यू बॉर्न बेबी से लेकर एक ओल्ड एज तक, यानी कि उसमें आंटीज़, अंकल्स, वुमेंस, मेन सब इसमें शामिल थे। तो सब अपने अपने जज्बात का इजहार कर रहे थे और अपनी शमूलियत का इजहार कर रहे थे। हम आपके साथ हैं। आखिर में दुआ के साथ ये प्रोग्राम ख़त्म हुआ और